Hey guys, it's Coach Steve, and I've got this week's workout brief. Starting on Monday, we're going to come in and we're going to continue our deadlift cycle. This is doing reps, a set every 90 seconds, building this time to 95% plus on that last set. Now, again, this is a little bit limited on the time frame, so that last set is going to be a pretty hard push. But this is building you up so that you can get to those weights a little bit faster. A lot of times when we build up to 95%, it takes us a lot of time. So this is that practice of being able to add weight to that bar and get to it just a little bit faster rather than taking that 3 to 5 minutes every single time. This preps the body to do more a little bit faster. It also will end up raising your top end in the long run. After that, we're getting into a 12-round EMOM, and we're going into alternating between 4 thrusters and 10 dumbbell, or 4 deadlifts and 10 dumbbell thrusters. And the weights here should be maintainable, but it's not that many rounds. That means you can go a little bit heavy. There should be enough time, thinking about 40 seconds per work set. You should have time to rest and transition. So kind of doing that, and we're really looking just to maintain. It should be a push, but it shouldn't be something that you can't maintain for those 12 rounds. It may mean you have to dig a little hard towards the end of that, but that's really all we're looking for, is very consistent output that is a little bit of a struggle at the end of the 12 minutes. On Tuesday, we're going to practice the movements, get right into it, a 30-minute AMRAP, jumping on the bike for moderate amount of calories, maybe on the high end, looking at about 4 or 5 minutes on that. 40 kettlebell swings, 20 box jumps, and 2 Turkish get-ups per side. And I want consistent, even pace for 30 minutes. What can you do to go consistent? You're going to take short breaks. You're going to try to maintain a bike pace that you can consistently do, either looking at the wattage or the cadence. You want to hold that for the entire 30 minutes. You want to approach this very methodically so that you can just go for 30 minutes straight. Maybe that looks like slowing down the bike a little bit, going into 20 kettlebell swings, setting it down, taking three big deep breaths and 30 kettlebell swings. For the box jumps, that's jumping up onto the box, taking a big deep breath, coming down and jumping back onto the box. The Turkish get-ups honestly should be about stability and not so much speed. So there shouldn't be a big heavy breathing component there, although that one will tax the entire system. So that's really the focus here. Maintain, be in that nice, good. It's going to be an elevated heart rate zone, but it shouldn't crush you. On Wednesday, we're practicing our toes to bar. We're practicing our wall walks. And this time around, they should start to get a little bit difficult, especially towards the end of the 10-round EMOM. Maybe in those last couple rounds, you're going to have to break those toes to bar a little bit. The wall walks should be very consistent. Keeping in mind 4 or 5 reps, you're going to have to push a little bit faster now, but without losing any of that good midline stability. I want good, solid shapes, good plank position all the way up the wall, all the way down. That's what's going to make you better. After that, we're getting into a 14-minute AMRAP, single, 1 dumbbell box step-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups. And this one's going to push that pace just a little bit. The reps are going to be just a little bit high. You're probably not going to go unbroken for all of the movements for the entire 14 minutes, but you should be able to push this just a little bit. You're going to raise your heart rate a little higher than normal, kind of that 80% your max heart rate. So it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable as far as that breathing is concerned, but it shouldn't crush you. This one's probably going to wane a little bit as you go on. Those muscles are going to fatigue, which means you're going to have to dig deep and continue to push to maintain that power output. On Thursday, we're practicing our touch and go power clean and jerk. So this is power snatch, practicing power snatch. 5 touch and go, building to a heavy rep. That means the bar touches the ground and goes right back up. You do not rest at the bottom of this one. If you're not comfortable with the snatch, this is just practicing good quality snatches. And if you need to reset up because you're in a bad position, please do so. Don't rush through this and be in bad positions and hurt yourself. Don't practice bad snatch form. Then we're getting into a 10-minute AMRAP, 15 or 12 calories on a row machine, 10 shoulder to overhead. This one is a 10-minute. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be a lung burner. It's a go. This is 10 minutes of go. The weight's not super heavy. Rowing, you can push pretty hard. Where can you put the pedal to the metal? Where can you go to and maintain for 10 minutes? Can you go hard and push to the end? That's that type of a workout. Don't be afraid to explore this one. The movements are fairly safe, especially if you're in a good solid position in that shoulder to overhead. So give this one a push. On Friday, we're doing our back squats, 2 sets of 2, 2 sets of 1, holding the bottom again for 2 seconds, building on the weights that we've done in the past. Make sure that this weight does not change your squat position, especially at the bottom. Don't let that chest cave forward. You're going to have to breathe at the bottom. That's part of the gig. So be in a good bottom position, get low. Don't let the weight change that. Then we're going into another CrossFit Open workout. As you can tell, we're prepping for the CrossFit Open. We're doing these every Friday. So just kind of see the writing on the wall so that when the Open does start in February, you will know some of the stuff that we've seen in the past. For this one, we're doing 18.2 and 18.2A. And what that means is we're going to have a running clock of 12 minutes. You have 12 minutes to get through double front squat, double dumbbell front squats, and burpees going from 1 to 10 reps. That means 1 front squat, 1 burpee, 2 front squats, 2 burpees, 3 front squats, 3 burpees, all the way up to 10. And then in the remaining time, the goal is to finish that in under 12. In the remaining time, you're going to build to a heavy clean, any variation. And your scores, there's 2 scores on this. For that first part, you want to go at a pace that's pushed pretty hard. The movements aren't super complicated. They're not super difficult. That means you can push the pace. However, since the reps get higher, it's going to get harder and harder every single round you go through. So keep that in mind. Don't burn the house down in the first couple rounds. It will not pay off in the end, but you do want to push this one. Once you're done with that, you can take a short break. Hopefully everybody should have scaled that point so they have time to take a short break before they get to the clean. Practice good cleans. Don't go into some really bad movements just because it says heavy. Practice the good movement. On Saturday, we're going in practicing pull-ups, building to a heavy 3 reps. This is adding weight or reducing the number of bands. These are strict. So no kipping on these, but trying to see how heavy you can go or how little help you can have to get 3 reps. Then we're going into a 20-minute AMRAP, and this is lung burner. This is 800-meter run, 50 double unders, 25 alternating jumping lunges. And there's nothing complicated here. This is all about pacing that you can maintain for the 20 minutes. And all 3 of those you should be able to do fairly high output. So if one of them feels really hard to do, it means you need to scale it down and continue to move through this one at a fast pace. You should be breathing pretty hard by the end of this one. Should be able to maintain about 80% your max heart rate. Maybe a shade less if you need to slow it down a little bit, but you should be able to feel like you can push this one a little bit at the end of this one. Last 2 or 3 minutes, that's where the game is on. You push this one pretty hard because this is a safe place to go. That's what we have coming up this week, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the gym. Bye.